beauties, welcome back. I am so glad to be finally sitting down and doing this video with you guys. This video has been in the making for the past month, I want to say, because I have been testing out all of these BB creams. Oh my goodness, they're already trying to get out of the box, but I've been testing them out on my face, on my skin, trying to gather as much data as I can. And as you guys saw in the title, this is going to be a drugstore BB cream review. I bought as many BB creams from the drugstore as I could get my hands on. There was a few of them where I was making trips back and forth to the store because a couple of these shades were too dark. So I wore all of these on my face at least for a day. And the ones that seemed a little bit too dark, I went back to the store and got a different shade because I liked their texture. And so I'm going to try to give you guys as much information as I can with these BB creams. And my main goal of this whole project was to, and if you guys have been with me for even a little bit, you guys will know, my goal was to find a dupe for my favorite Purlisse BB cream. Now, I love this thing. I've been through so many of these, but it's pretty pricey. It's over $35. And so I'm like, okay, well, what if I could actually find a dupe for it from the drugstore that's half price, but just as good? And to be honest with you guys, I don't think I found an exact dupe, but I found two BB creams that if I combine them, they give me almost very similar type of look and feel on the skin. And so I don't know, can we take a look at my skin right now? It is not too glowy, it is not too cakey. I do have a blemish right there peeking through, but it is what it isn't, right? Because BB creams are not full coverage, period. They're usually a moisturizer that's tinted of a feel. Some are a little bit more coverage, some are a little bit less coverage, some are more glowy, some are more mattifying. And so I'm gonna go through as much detail as I can with you guys. But overall, the combination I found from the drugstore is really nice on my skin. And it doesn't look too cakey. It doesn't look too oily or greasy. And it has medium, light to medium coverage where if I can layer it, it got rid of all my acne scars, and you can just see this one barely peeking through. But I don't mind it at all because when you use BB creams, you're okay with a little bit of imperfection kind of peeking through. But overall, it really does even out the skin tone and gives you this almost effortless no makeup look. But without rambling on for too long, let's go ahead and jump into this review. I hope you guys have been doing well. You can always chit chat with me in the comments down below. I have so many updates to update you guys on, but I think I might just include all the chit chat in another video. I think I'm going to be doing a June favorites video one, and then I'm doing another haul video which I'm gonna be posting in the next couple of weeks, so definitely stay tuned. And I think that's where we're gonna kind of be a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more chit chatty. But for today, I really want to focus on the BB creams, so let's get to it. So in my opinion, what you guys need to know before we start this review is, number one, what this is, what I was comparing all the drugstore BB creams to. So what I love about this Purlisse BB cream and this product is the fact that it is very skin-like. So it is not too drying, not too cakey, not too glowy or greasy, and it's not super full coverage, but it is not super light coverage. It's somewhere in the middle. You can definitely layer this up. It has SPF 30, but you can't really see or feel the SPF sunscreen vibe, and it makes your skin look like skin. It doesn't sit heavy in the pore areas, and I don't know, I just, every time I wear this BB cream, it's my skin is oh my gosh, in the best shape ever. And if you guys have been with me for a longer amount of time, you guys will know that I've been a full coverage foundation type of girl for years. I struggled with acne and scarring, so I'm always oh my gosh, let me get the full coverage thing on my face. I don't want any blemishes peeking through. I don't want any imperfections. I want it to always be this perfect skin type of person. And then I don't know what happened with like COVID and like the summer last year, and things just like, I found this and I think like a boxy charm, and I was like, okay, well, I was doing like a no makeup look, and then I was like, okay, let me try this. It's a BB cream. I always thought that BB creams were always just like almost no coverage and just like a moisturizer, but this one has definitely like higher coverage, and it's oil free, and it is moisturizing, and I just fell in love with it. And this is like my third tube I've been through, but like I said, I'm trying to find something that's a little bit more affordable. And so this is why I love this product and why I'm trying to find the dupe for it. Now, as for my skin, because I know that like reviews are very subjective, so I want to tell you guys that I have combination skin. So I usually get a little bit more oily here, a little bit more oily in the T-zone. Even though I live in Arizona and it's super dry outside, I still get like oily in the spots where I get oily, right? And hopefully, knowing my skin type, it'll let you kind of determine which of these products could be potentially for you if you're looking for like a less of a coverage, I was gonna say foundation, but like BB cream slash moisturizer. So that's it. I think that's all I needed to say. I have like notes and notes and notes, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So I feel like instead of keeping you guys in the dark till the end of the video to tell you guys my personal favorites, I think I'm gonna start off with them. Because if you're here to know just like what my preference and what my favorites are, I'm gonna just share it with you guys off the top. And then I will go ahead and go in detail with the other ones, like what I thought about them and why they didn't necessarily work out for me. So the winner, the combination winner, is the Covergirl Clean Matte BB Cream and the Covergirl Smoothers BB Cream. That's a tinted moisturizer with sunscreen, SPF 21. And this combination right here, this is the winner, because this one, it's a clean matte finish. So if you have super like oily skin, this will be like a standalone product for you that's gonna be perfect, because it is mattifying and it makes your skin look so like flawless. It's not too cakey, because I look at that so much for it not to like seep into the pores. And with this one, I will mention you have to take a look at your shade selection, because I initially got light medium 530, and this one was a little bit too dark. So then I went back to the store, and because I liked the texture of it, I went in and bought fair. This is 510, and this one is like half, maybe a shade a little bit darker, but it's really like not super full coverage. So because I'm getting tan, I'm trying to tan just a little bit, I think this one is like a perfect shade for me, because I can do, you know, lighter concealer under the eyes and be perfect with it. But because it is for oily skin and I have combination skin, I feel like this one is slightly a little bit too matte for me. I know I said it, I love matte foundations and matte finishes, but when I combined it with this one, because I used this one on its own first, the tinted moisturizer BB cream with the SPF, this is the smoothers one in the light to medium, I felt like this one was barely any coverage. Like it was literally like a moisturizer with like a barely there tint. And it does have SPF, but you can't really smell the SPF. It doesn't linger, and it was really nice if you wanted like just almost like a moisturizer with SPF. And so what I'm like, okay, this one's like medium coverage, I want to say. So I'm like, okay, well, I like the matteness and coverage of this one, but I really like the moisture of this one. So then I was like, okay, let's combine them. And that was when the magic happened, because I do feel like my skin's not too dry. I feel like I've got the coverage that I need from this one, and I have the moisture that I need from this one and the SPF. So I feel like it gave me like a perfect finish. And I will try to mark these how much they were, but basically they average around like $10 like each, more or less. Some were like 12, some were 9, some were, you know, $11.99, some were a little bit more, but on an average, either way, compared to the BB cream by Purlisse, like it was at least like almost like a third or a half of the price. So if I buy these two and I can combine them and I have twice as much product, because these were 30 milliliters and this one's 40 milliliters. So 1.35 fluid ounces and this one is 1 fluid ounce. So if I combine the two, I paid maybe like $24 for double the amount as I have in here, right? So I think it makes sense, like long-term saving. And I can't say it's perfect dupe. I can't say it's a perfect dupe. I just can't. But it's as close as I got with all of these and testing them out and going back and forth and using different combinations that I got in comparison to this one. Okay, so now that you guys know my favorite, let's jump into all the other ones. Okay, next one I'm going to tell you guys about is the Revlon Photo Ready BB Cream. Now, this one from the get-go was a little bit too dark. This was light medium, 0.20, also 1 fluid ounce, but it was a little bit too dark. But either way, regardless, like I used them all. So I didn't go anywhere using this one, but I just didn't like necessarily the texture, and it had like a very strong sunscreen scent, and so that alone threw me off. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna go and purchase a lighter shade because I'm not gonna like it regardless. So this one, the scent really bothered me, and it was kind of like light coverage, light to slight medium, not super duper coverage, but not like no coverage either. It was kind of in the middle. And what else can I tell you guys? It is SPF 30, so it has a lot of SPF, but I don't want my face to smell like sunscreen. I'm really huge into scent and like things just like being scented and me not liking it, or it lingers on my face. Like it really is like bothersome, right? So I would not recommend this one just because of the scent. Next, moving on, we have the Milani Glow. This is technically not called a BB cream, but it says hydrating skin tint. So in my opinion, that's kind of like a tinted moisturizer. Like I said, it's not claiming to be a BB cream, but this is Milani Glow. And let me tell you guys, it is glowy. Like if you have dry skin, now for those of you with dry skin and you want that like J-Lo super glowy outside in the summer look, by the pool to the beach, this is the one I would recommend for you guys because it's not too cakey, it's very hydrating, but it gives you like that hydrated glowy look without being too oily. Now, because I know that there's like a difference between, oh, like a nice natural kind of moisturized look from within, and then there's like, oh my gosh, she has like super greasy oily issues, right? So this is more on the like natural pretty glowy side. So this is what I would recommend, and this is in the shade 110 Fair to Light. It matched my color pretty well, and I would recommend this one for dry skin. Next, we have the L'Oreal Magic BB Cream. Now, if you guys saw, I think my last video or the video before last, which I will try to link down below, I actually tested this one out with you guys when I did the drugstore haul initially. And it's actually like white. It is like white cream. And I was like, what the heck? Like, is this a primer? What the heck? You know, I was like in shock. And then I started taking it off and rubbing it, and I was like, oh shoot, look at that. It like turns colors. So it is actually magical as it claims to be, but it doesn't have any particular scent that's too strong. But I just didn't like how it made my skin feel afterwards. So I feel like this one seeped in my pores a little bit too much, and it has this really weird like a dry hydrated feel. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it has this like dry moisture feel, and I didn't really like the way it sat on my skin. So for me, that's a pass, but it could be potentially like a cool thing. All right, my beauties, so moving on, the next few I'm actually gonna group in a category because I have Maybelline. These are the BB creams. This is the 2% salicylic acid. This is the SPF 30. And then I have one from NYX, that's a BB cream, and one from Joan, Joe, I'm not sure how to pronounce this name. I got it at CVS, and it also claims to be a BB cream. These four I would group in the category of very similar of a feel. These are definitely higher coverage BB creams. They are moisturizing, but in my opinion, especially the Maybelline ones, they're almost like too heavy for me for a BB cream. It's almost like they were like a, how do I explain this? Like a diluted foundation. Okay, does that kind of make sense? So it has like the cakiness of the foundation mixed with a little bit of moisture. I don't know if that like makes any sense, but it's like if you got foundation and put moisturizer in there that took away from the coverage but still remained the cakiness. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like over analyzing, but especially the Maybelline ones, that's what I felt like. I felt like there wasn't enough coverage, but it had just enough coverage to like seep in my pores and make me look cakey. So for these, I don't know, I just wouldn't recommend, and they're really similar of a feel between the 2% salicylic and the SPF 30. I just don't know. For me personally, I would skip these. And then, of course, the other two, very similar. I feel like this one from NYX, definitely higher coverage. So if that's something you're looking for, that could be better for you. And so this one was not bad. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, all these other ones are not awful, right? Like, this one was nice. And this one is actually like a primer infused and mineral infused BB cream. So it was nice. It was just a little bit too much coverage for my personal liking of a BB cream, right? It had almost like a little bit too full coverage. Like, if I wanted this much coverage, I feel like I would reach for a foundation. But then don't get me wrong, because I feel like it doesn't have enough coverage to meet like a foundation standard, right? So for me, it was kind of like a not bad, not great. It was kind of like in the middle. And then with this one, kind of similar thing. This one I feel like sat on my skin. So what I love about the Purlisse BB cream is the fact that it like melts and fuses and camouflages into my skin and my pores, because I do have bigger pore areas like in the T-zone right here, like right here and on my forehead. And so this one I feel like almost sat on my skin a little bit too much on the surface. But this one does claim to be medium coverage, so I guess like it meets the claims that it claims to be. But I would put these in like a higher, almost like a foundation coverage with the other BB creams. And then last but not least is the Covergirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. Okay, so this one I just included in the mix because I saw it. I wanted to kind of like see the texture and compare it to other BB creams. But this one, just like the other one, does not, just like the Milani one, does not claim to be a BB cream. But it does say it's a skin milk with coconut milk and aloe extract. It's also in the shade 520 Fair. It's vegan, dewy finish, and that's exactly what it is. So I feel like it's a coconut scented, which for me personally was not the biggest fan of the scent, but if you're into coconut, you might really enjoy this. And it's a milk, so it's on the lighter coverage spectrum, definitely. And it's very hydrating. It does have a dewy finish, so it's not mattifying. And I did try to mix this one with my other favorite matte Covergirl BB cream, because I'm like, okay, if this is super matte and this is dewy, right, or not that matte, it will make a really nice combination. But I just didn't like the coconut scent. So that's the only thing I didn't really like about this one. But if you like coconut, if you like, because it's like a sweeter coconut scent. Also, I will say, which one was it? This one was a really nice, like, light sweet scent. Okay, so I did enjoy the scent of that one. And then this one, I mean, if you're into kind of like the dewy, lighter coverage BB cream with a coconut scent, this might be the one for you. Okay, you guys, we did it. I think that is all that I wanted to share with you guys on these BB creams. And like I said, my favorite combo is these two because it just makes my skin look so good. Oh my gosh, I am sweating. It is so hot here, you guys. It's like 102 degrees or 104, and it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. So welcome to Arizona. But it is dry heat, so it's not like as super humid, but it's still heat. It's still hot, you know? I think that's it. I'm not gonna bore you guys for too long. This video is already like 30 minutes long. I don't know how I'm gonna edit all this, but I'm gonna try to be super efficient in it. And that's it. I miss you guys. I love you guys. Stay positive, stay hopeful, because life is a journey. Things always come your way, and it's almost like it all is in your hands on how you're gonna deal with it. So I believe in you. You can do whatever it takes. If you want to get closer and be closer friends, you can follow me on Instagram, superlady246. I post a little bit more often on there. Snapchat, superlady2468. And yeah, I think those are like the main platforms I use besides YouTube. And so that'd be it for today. I am sending you guys lots of love from me to you. Stay happy, stay positive, and I'll see you guys super soon. Lots of love. Bye. Mwah.